Well, here we go. Good morning. Today is Saturday, March the. Can't think of the date at the moment. I just kind of woke up and haven't checked the calendar. And I was just meditating. Today is the last day, I think, of the two times of day um, prednisone treatment. Just I'm on my last leg of the treatment pack, and I'm sitting here reflecting, um, and reflecting in my body. And what I realized is when I was sitting up, I was sitting and I this neck thing, that feeling of your head is heavy, the tightness in my neck, the tightness in my hips, the hurt in my hips, the it feels like you're a toddler when it's when it really started. Now that I reflect, around this myositis is what I'm speaking to. I apologize. Now that I reflect about it, it felt like over this time span, you feel like you begin to be a toddler the way that you walk. You can't move your hip joints. Um, and my hip joints, sometimes if you press it in that area, it's painful. Excuse me. Um, if you press it on a certain point of my hips and the front of my thigh at the top part. And I remember when that was happening because it was funny, a funny sensation on my skin. Um, I'm just sitting here reflecting, and I'm like, a little. It gets overwhelming. The overwhelming for me is part for me is coming from a place of, okay, here's the steroid at its most optimal treatment, and then the next week feeling what it feels like when it's not there. Then the next week you feel like when it's not there. I was able to recognize the symptoms in my body in reverse, and then I get saddened because by the time I get to a doctor, it might not be in the same state. I might not be in the same state of affairs, and it's I'm not a label whore. I don't like, you know, I got this. That's not me. But I want to know, so I know how to better live and navigate it. And I'm coming into a knowing on my own. And so having people share their experiences or just listen helps. And that's why I'm making this video. Because when you're living with something, you're with it every day. Everybody else can't see it, or they become jaded to it. And so that's why I make these videos, and it's hard to make them as well. It's not easy. It's like putting your business in the street. But it was a saying when I was growing up. People say, you ain't got no business. So I also learned that a pain shared is a pain lesson. I also heard closed mouth can't get fed. Therefore, if I'm not talking and saying stuff, I can't receive what I need to receive, which will help me along my path. I'd give a word of encouragement to people who are helping people who are trying to figure out what's going on with their bodies. Thank y'all. It means the world to someone else. When you listen, you just check in about regular stuff, because your mind is constantly consumed, because you're constantly in pain. I realize that I'm more agitated and more short-winded when I'm hurting. And I noticed that I've been more pleasant over the past couple of weeks. And I'm starting to feel different in my body. And I recognize I don't have a lot of patience. So thank y'all for being patient. So that's what I wanted to share today. Yeah. All right. I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you for tuning in.